welcome to the video. Before punk, before synths took over, Britain had a secret singer-songwriter boom. Today I'm going to introduce you to 7 amazing artists from the 1970s you probably haven't heard of. Number 1 is Nick Drake, the Phantom Poet.
Pink, 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 pink.
Our journey starts with the whispering legend Nick Drake. He's probably the best known of the 7 and was a cult figure inside the alternative scene of the 1970s and 1980s. Pink Moon was the archetypal after-dinner album in many circles. Born in Rangoon in Burma in 1948, raised in rural England, he signed to Island Records at 20 after impressing Fairport Convention's Ashley Hutchins and recorded 3 stunning albums, 5 Leaves Left, Later and Pink Moon. Beautiful fingerstyle guitar, aching vocals and lyrics so intimate it feels like eavesdropping.
I never felt magic crazy as this. I never saw moons, knew the meaning of.
Only the first of his 3 albums troubled the UK album charts in his lifetime, and even that only reached number 85. He rarely performed live. By 1970 he pretty much stopped playing live, though I did know somebody, Bev, who had seen him live in a folk club, I think in Hamill, Hempstead or somewhere like that. And he said, very shy and very anxious, but when he got into his flow, it was like, well, it was just magic. His final album, Pink Moon, was just him and a guitar, recorded in 2 nights. A commercial disaster in 1972, but a cult classic today. Nick died in 1974, aged 26 from an overdose of antidepressants. During his lifetime, hardly anyone bought those records. Now he's an icon to those who know and who appreciate delicate, divine quality.
Of the highest quality.
Next, someone with more vocal range than most bands, Linda Lewis.
When you come out, just go. I'm out of breath for you. I run to your.
Born Linda Fredericks in East London to Guyanese and Jamaican parents, she appeared as a child actor in many British films of the time, never speaking though, and sang with John Lee Hooker at just 13 years old. She signed to Island Records and released Say No More in 1971 and Lark in 1972, showcasing a jaw-dropping 5-octave voice.
Just as the sun must shine by day in splendid isolation.
Lewis straddled folk, soul and pop. Her singles, Rock-a-Doodle-Doo and her cover of It's in His Kiss, cracked the UK top 20 in 1975. She was on backing vocals for Bowie, Cat Stevens and Rod Stewart. It was different times and she faced incredible sexism and pressure to go into the disco market, which at the time was what was selling. Feeling boxed in, she left Britain and never truly got the recognition she deserved. In the 2000s, her music got sampled by hip-hop artists and she enjoyed a small revival. She kept singing until her death in 2023. Towards the end of her life, she lived in my hometown of Ramsgate. I'd occasionally see her in local pubs, although I never had the courage to go and talk. Oh well, there you go, no chance now. She was a powerhouse whose voice still floors me. At this point, just a quick pause to ask whether you've subscribed to this channel yet. If not, my duty to inform you that you could be in grave danger if that situation doesn't change imminently. I can't say any more about it, but you know, I've said my piece, so it's up to you. You can like the video and share it with anyone you think might appreciate a slab of 1970s cultural history. Now, who's the next forgotten British singer-songwriter of the 1970s we're going to talk about? It's Rab Noakes, of course.
Singing the same old chorus. Give me a sign.
Let's travel up to Bodie, Scotland. I can say that because my granddad was Scottish and kept a flock of haggis at his croft in the Gorbals. And we're going to visit the great Rab Noakes. Rab was a subtle storyteller who blended Scottish folk with American country and Dylan-inspired balladry. He also had great banter on stage. He played with Jerry Rafferty, co-founder at Steelers Wheel, and left just before Stuck in the Middle with You became a huge hit. His first 3 albums, Do You See the Lights in 1970, Rab Noakes in 1972, and Red Pump Special in 1973 are absolute gems. He wrote songs that Lindisfarne made famous, though he never cracked the charts himself.
Wake up in the morning with the sunshine to my window and it looks alright.
He was a great live act and mentored younger musicians and championed the old Scottish song tradition into the 21st century. Back in the 1970s, you'd see him play in student union concert halls, pub rock venues and folk clubs. No one I knew ever had a bad word to say about Rab Noakes or his music. The man gigged non-stop for 5 decades, guiding, encouraging and connecting scenes. He passed away in 2022, but his warmth and his songs live on. Check him out if you can. And number 4 is Michael Chapman, the guitar alchemist.
Among the trees I have lain, past my golden days among the trees.
Born in Leeds, originally an art teacher, he stumbled into the folk circuit and became famous for fusing jazz, Indian ragas, blues and rock. John Peel called him one of the most interesting and inventive guitarists of our time. So there you go. Chapman's 1970 album, Fully Qualified Survivor, with Mick Ronson on electric guitar and Rick Kemp on bass, is a masterpiece. Listen to Postcards of Scarborough and Aviator if you haven't already.
There will be nothing left if this madness runs its course.
He released over 50 albums across his career, from early Harvest LPs like Rainmaker to later works like Americana, 50 and True North. His popularity waned in the 1980s, but a new generation discovered him in the late 1990s. Chapman kept touring and recording until his death in 2021. A true survivor who always ploughed his own furrow. And you can't say that about everybody, can you? Oh no, you can't. Next is Bill Fay, the reclusive mystic.
They're telling me something I don't know.
Now for someone almost mythical, Bill Fay. A London-born singer and pianist who released 2 albums, Bill Fay in 1970 and Time of the Last Persecution in 1971. They flopped. His label dropped him and he disappeared from sight. For decades, Fay lived quietly working odd jobs and rarely performing. There's only one known live performance that's been recorded. His early albums became cult classics when they were re-released in 1998 after Wilco's Jeff Tweedy began championing his cause. Bill returned with the stunning Life is People in 2012, followed by Who is the Sender and Countless Branches. His songs were covered by Wilco, War on Drugs and Pavement. Not a bad list, is it? He never sought the spotlight. He called himself a discoverer of songs.
The never-ending happening. Souls arriving constantly.
Sadly, Bill died in 2024, aged 81, having inspired musicians far beyond his modest fame. I suggest you check him out without further delay. And number 6, who is number 6? Number 6 is Claire Hamill.
You're someone to cling to, someone to hold tight, and though you won't stay forever.
6th on the list, Claire Hamill, a songwriting prodigy from Teesside who aged just 17 auditioned for Island boss Chris Blackwell and within days had bunked off school to record her debut One House Left Standing album in 1971. Paul Rickmaster arranged the album. Pretty much everybody agreed that her cover of Joni Mitchell's Urge for Going is possibly better than the original.
And summertime was falling down, winter's closing in.
Hamill toured with Jethro Tull, wrote songs blending folk, jazz, rock and even new age. She wrote Warrior of the Water about a surfer she loved and insists that she would never fake an American accent. Critics adored her, but Island's marketing treated her like candy, and she struggled to break through in an era not ready for powerful young women. Claire continued releasing music across the decades from folk rock to new age, and she's still performing now. An underrated survivor who refused to be boxed in.
At all times I will say of you, you are a marvelous man.
And finally, who's the last one we're going to talk about? Number 7 is Shelagh McDonald, The Lost Voice.
From the ashes on the dusty floor, friend or foe.
Last but by no means least is the most mysterious of them all, Shelagh McDonald, a Scottish singer-songwriter who released 2 exquisite folk rock albums. Album in 1971 and Stargazer in 1972, featuring many of the same musicians who played with Sandy Denny and Nick Drake. Then in 1972 she vanished. She'd taken LSD at a party in London, suffered terrifying hallucinations and returned home to Glasgow. Her voice was damaged and she went silent. For over 30 years she and her partner Gordon lived in tents across Scotland. Fans assumed she'd died. She resurfaced in the early 2010s after Gordon's death. By 2013, she was performing again and working on new material. Her reappearance stunned fans and showed how one voice can resonate across decades, even after so much time in the wilderness. So there we have it. 7 very different artists. Most of them were signed to Island Records, and they were ahead of their time and didn't get the support or the spotlight they deserved in the 1970s. If any of them sparks your curiosity, go find their music and give it a whirl. I promise you won't regret it. And if you enjoyed this dive into forgotten music history, please subscribe, like, and leave me a comment about who else I should cover next. This channel is all about unearthing the stories behind the music. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, here's one I think you might enjoy. Goodbye.